Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Rich Wallace, and you have joined an episode of Strictly Business. That's right, we're on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday mornings at 7 a.m. California time. We're up early out here, hoping that we can tap into some people across the country. My name is Rich Wallace, and you have joined an episode of Strictly Business. Strictly Business is a business talk show from 7 to 8 on 3 mornings a week, and we love to have you come and participate with us. We're going to have a dynamite morning this morning. We're going to go back to some of the things that we've been talking about as far as your business, as far as your time management, and getting some things ready to go so that you are ready when it's time to take off. We've been talking about taking you to the next level and trying to be sure that you're on the level that you're on. This is Strictly Business. My name is Rich Wallace, and I got a short commercial to talk to you about, and we're going to have some serious conversation this morning. You're going to be excited about what's going on. This is Rich Wallace, and this is...
One of the secrets to exposure for your business lies within supporting Black businesses and entrepreneurs. And that is why the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce is here, to connect Black businesses from the desert to the sea. Let's join hands to empower and sustain our community. By becoming a member of the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce, you can grow your business and increase your clientele. With our innovation, we'll generate new businesses and get new customers. And we'll connect new mindsets with businesses from across Southern California to help bridge the wealth gap. Let's connect, build, and grow together. Join us now at blackchamberofcommerce.org.
And that's our spot, blackchamberofcommerce.org. We're going to talk about the elephant in the room today and some things that we need to see about what we're doing. The Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce is dedicated and focused on Black businesses and empowering and increasing the minority Black business entrepreneur. The Black business entrepreneur that we try to help, that we emphasize, that is a small business that is trying to get to where they need to be in the mainstream business lines. Now, Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce, we've got all kinds of things going on. We're going to talk about the elephant in the room today. Is that a racist organization? Are we only here for Black people? In a sense, yes, we are. We are here for business people, but our first priority is the Black business person. We work with a lot of different groups and a lot of different, doesn't mean that the Asian Business Association doesn't negotiate and work with Black businesses, because we do. Our main focus is to bring the businesses that are related to us, whether they be Black, Hispanic, or any kind of business that joins our organization. We're membership driven. Our membership is $200 a year. For that, you get to negotiate, you get to hang out, network with other businesses that look like you. We help to elevate you to the next level, but we work with all different types of businesses, and we try to get the Black businesses into where they need to be. Don't get it twisted. We are here for Black businesses, but we work with all types of businesses to be able to get your business to where it needs to be. We've got a guest on this morning, so a lot of times I get these questions about, well, is it only for Black people, or is it only for these people? Is it only for that people? That's not only for anyone. It is always for everyone. But our main focus is to lift up people that look like us. We work with other groups that lift up their groups. It doesn't mean that we are anti-Hispanic, anti any other type of nationality or any type of other group or any type of gay and lesbian. We work with some of the, I was in Palm Springs last night, and we had one of the gay and lesbian chambers out there and working with us with the Convention and Tourism Bureau out in the desert, in the Palm Springs lower desert area. So we're always looking for an opportunity to network with everyone. Yes, yes, yes. Our main focus is Black businesses, to bring them up to date. We have the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce going to be on later after our next commercial break. And we will break down some of the things of how we work together and how we try to do some different things. We're not here to any type of controversy that may be going on. What we are here for is Black businesses. Now, do we help Hispanic businesses? Yes. Do we help Asian businesses? Yes. Are we here just for the nationality of color and race and these kinds of things? No, we are here to lift up Black businesses, minority businesses, membership-driven businesses. We belong to the U.S. Black Chamber of Commerce. We belong to the California Black Chamber of Commerce, the California African American Chamber of Commerce. A Chamber of Commerce is a business organization to help you get business for your business. It also is an educational platform that helps you be able to get educated on what type of things that you need to know. Yes, you know everything you need to know, or you know everything that you would like to know about your business that you're doing, whether you're a dry cleaner or whether you are an Uber driver or whatever the things may be that you are. And Facebook is sending me some messages. So I'm trying to read them as I'm talking. I have no idea what they're talking about, but so we're gonna talk about the elephant in the room this morning. We're gonna be talking about what's the best kind of thing. We're gonna be talking about some special events coming up. This is Rich Wallace, and I thank you so much for being a part of Strictly Business this morning. And I'm going to be back with our guest, and you are going to love this guy. Good friend of mine, been friends for a long, long time. And as we start talking about how we network together with the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and other groups and all of these different things, these different diversity things, as we focus on how to get the businesses that we represent. We represent our membership base, which is 99.9% Black Americans, African American business people. And so since we're doing that, we work with the other organizations that have the same focus in mind, same driven. We're not against each other. We're not for this or against that. We just business people trying to make some money. This is Rich Wallace, and thank you so much for being a part of Strictly Business. And we'll be right back with Mr. Frank.
One of the secrets to exposure for your business lies within supporting Black businesses and entrepreneurs. And that is why the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce is here, to connect Black businesses from the desert to the sea. Let's join hands to empower and sustain our community. By becoming a member of the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce, you can grow your business and increase your clientele. With our innovation, we'll generate new businesses and get new customers. And we'll connect new mindsets with businesses from across Southern California to help bridge the wealth gap. Let's connect, build, and grow together. Join us now at blackchamberofcommerce.org.
Building the wealth gap. That's one of the things that we're mainly interested in. Frank is back in his seat. You ready, Frank? So we're going to bring Mr. Frank Montez on with us, and we're just going to have a great time in the next 45, 50 minutes. So this is Rich Wallace, Strictly Business. This is Mr. Frank Montez. Hey, Frank.
Good morning, Rich.
How you doing, man?
Good. Happy to be on with you this morning.
Now, Frank is the leader of the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, but he's also a businessman. So we're going to talk about your business first, the body shop, and what you do there and where you're located and that kind of thing. So Frank, kind of tell us a little bit about what that is.
Yes, good morning. So I own Inland Body and Paint Center here in the city of Fontana, and we are third generation business. Father and uncle started this many years ago, probably 60 years at least. Then I took it over when I was 19 years old, when I came out of the Marine Corps. Then about 8 years ago, my two sons, Vincent and Frank Jr., started coming into the management. Now they manage a business probably 95% of the time. But, I'll come in 5% and give them hell, make sure that they're on their toes.
No, you come in and just start pointing, do this, do that,
Of course. Gotta keep them on their toes. And it's because when I'm gone, I want them to be ready for the ups and downs. They don't know what they don't know. If they haven't gone through a situation themselves, I want them to be prepared. When I've ran the business myself, I've been the business owner. I took it over from my dad probably 38, 39 years ago, possibly more. And we've had challenges that come and knock you to your knees, and where you want to throw your hands up and say, "That's it, I give up." But as a business owner, where do you go?
Where do you
As
go?
a business, yeah, and self-employed, we're not used to having someone over us. The only folks over us are our clients. I have about probably 100 bosses. All our clients are bosses, and we gotta. It's 7 days a week, as you know it, Rich. 24/7. But what my business does is we're a collision center, and we mostly focus on commercial vehicles. We have a lot of federal contracts, state contracts, and self-insured companies, major fleets, and that's what we focus on.
Okay. I got a quick question for you. Now, I'm an entrepreneur. Did your sons try something else in job, different businesses, and realize that they were supposed to be where they are now? Did they go around the mulberry bush and do all of these other things and avoid every possibility, my sons, to follow the mantle that was built actually for them? Did you have that with your boys? I had that with mine. So
No, definitely. My oldest was on the track to being a doctor. Got his degree from University of Riverside, then took a year off. And my brother works on nuclear medicine. He's an X-ray technician. And my son went to assist him he was planning to be there in Loma Linda for about a year. So, he stayed there close to a year, and before he went to medical school, and it wasn't for him. I've always asked him to take over the business. He says, "No, I'm too smart. I don't want to get my hands dirty. That's for you." And one day he comes over. So I was disappointed because what was I going to do with my business? Who was I going to get? One of my nephews, nieces, to bring him in to take over, hopefully my younger son. Well, both of them were saying, no, this isn't for me. We're past that.
Yeah.
So when he came to me and he said, "You know what, Dad?" He goes, "I don't think I want to become a doctor." And I said, "Why?" And he said, "Because I don't want to be stuck behind four walls." He goes, "To be a doctor, you're inside a hospital. I want to be outside. Plus, I want to get married, have kids. I want to be able to spend some time with the kids, have that freedom." So, inside I was like, yes. But, I was telling him, "No, you have to become a doctor." And he said, "No, Dad, that's not what I want anymore." And I said, "Well, what do you plan to do?" He goes, "I'm going to take over the business." So inside I was, yes, and I said, no. You said you want to be a doctor. He goes, "Yeah, that's not for me." I go, "Well, what about my dreams of being able to say I have a son that's a doctor?" So I gave him that run around. So he started coming to work, continue coming to work, because he was working part-time as he was going to school. Then my younger son was going to business management school, business administration at the San Bernardino Community College. Well, about 6 years ago, I had a head-on collision where I almost died. I was off work for about a year, bedridden for about 8 months. If it wouldn't have been for my two sons, the business would be lost. So, I thank God for that every day. So my younger son, when I had my accident, he had to drop out of school to help continue running the business with his brother. They've got used. My younger one got used to being here, got used to the freedom, got used to, working real hard and be able to take time off. So they're both here now running it, and they've been able to implement different changes. Tech. They brought tech into the business. When they first started with us, we never had computers. I had no clue how to turn on a computer. I was too stuck in my old ways, and I was too busy on the grind day in and day out. So that's kind of the story, our small business story, family, family run businesses. A lot of our small businesses, Rich, they end up closing down after 50, even 90 years because their siblings or their children or their grandchildren no longer want that. And I've seen that happen time and time again. And it's for myself, if my sons wouldn't have been here, it would have been a loss. Right. It would have been a family member, and very, very difficult for me because of all the years my father and uncle worked, all the sacrifices I made, the family made, because there was a lot of times when I would get home at 3, 4 in the morning and be up by 6, only have a couple hours, be up by 6 and come back to work. So there's a lot of challenges, a lot of time away from home, but that's in
a family business. The leader of the family, the man that runs the household, or the woman. I know in my family, we were in the restaurant business for a lot of years. Kids grew up in the restaurants, didn't want to do it, and just hated it, and so now we're in the film business and some other things. It's a process in transferring young people into what we believe was a family legacy. And that's what we're all trying to build, is leave something behind so our children's children don't have to work for somebody, and they can be independent and they can do the things that they need to do. It's a difficult process to transit over because sometimes they see children, and most people, they see the bad part. Yeah. They see you not getting any sleep. They see you not being rich, not making a whole bunch of money, but they don't realize that the mortgage is paid where they live, probably for free, at that age. They don't see that there's always Christmas gifts. They don't see that the grandkids are not suffering. They just see, well, he really doesn't make a lot of money, but they don't see how much money you spend on them. So sometimes to translate that business over, it's a difficult process getting young people to stand in. One of the things coming up in August of 2023, we're going to be doing a mergers and acquisition conference where people that are trying to sell the business, that the kids don't want to take it over, so the business doesn't die, that someone will buy your business and keep it going on. Maybe they'll keep the name or whatever the case may be, or who knows, they'll pay you off, and in 50 years you're getting a couple $1,000s a month, and from that business that is still growing, that is still moving forward. So the transition of getting young people to step into a business is somewhat because every father, every mother has the dream of their son or daughter finishing that cake business, or finishing that entertainment business, or taking it to the next level, or being so comfortable in the level that we're in that it's really, really working. I appreciate you coming on and talking about your business. What is the name of the store again, and where is it located?
It's called Inland Body and Paint Center, and we're located in the city of Fontana.
Okay, and you can Google that to get the address.
Yes.
So if you bang up your car, and after you call your lawyer and Jacoby into this and to that, because a million commercials on say if you have an accident, they do say if it's not your fault. I don't know where the people go that it is their fault. So because the lawyers are only interested in you if it's not your fault.
True.
So maybe we should start a law firm saying that if it's your fault, come here, we can help.
We'd be super rich.
We would be super rich. We're going to take a short break here, Frank, and we're going to come back and talk about the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and the Black Chamber of Commerce, some of the wonderful things that we're doing together as a group. This is Strictly Business, and we'll be right.
Are you ready to change your life? Let us help you. At Youth Build Charter School, you can get a high school diploma and kickstart your dream career in no time. We offer high school diploma programs in construction, CNA, military, college, and entrepreneurship. If you are between the age of 16 and 24 and you want to manage your studies with a job, recover your credits, or graduate early, we can help you achieve your dream. Call us at 1-888-395-4408 or visit youthbuildinlandempire.org.
And once again, we're right back here. We've got Frank Montez sitting in the waiting room. He's going to come back, and we're going to be talking about the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and the Black Chamber of Commerce, some of the things that we're doing together. And we're going to also include some other groups that are mainstream, focused on their group, nationality, membership group, driven based on how we work together and not be inclusive of just our people. Frank, welcome back and welcome to be a part of what we're doing. And Frank, you are the president of the Hispanic Chamber. Is that the right title?
No, I'm the chairman of the board and interim president CEO. We're in the process of hiring a CEO now. So meantime, I wear two hats at the organization, and it's the Hispanic Coalition of Small Businesses.
Okay. So it's not a chamber of commerce, a coalition of small businesses.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
All right. And now, how do you guys function as a group?
We are driven by our affiliates. We have chambers of commerce, business associations that are our members. We have members throughout the state of California, members out of the state of New York, Nevada, and Kansas City, and we have other states that are requesting to be a part of the organization. Here in California, and we have about 9 affiliates throughout the state: African American chambers, Asian chambers, Latino chambers and Latina chambers, and business associations also. We have a green energy consortium that's located in New York and also London. Their offices are New York and London. The National Pallet Association, which represents all the pallet companies throughout the U.S. So our members are those chambers and business associations, and our focus is bringing training, advocacy, and opportunities for those affiliates and working together. We work at I don't want to say higher level, but what we do is we focus on those business associations and chambers and assist them on bringing more value to their members and just making sure that we work together, because first and foremost we are a small business organization. We have emphasis in the Latino community because as a Hispanic organization, and not to say that the Asian, the African American, the Middle Eastern or Indian organizations do not understand the plight of Latino community. But we, as an organization, Hispanic organization, we have emphasis on the Latino market.
And that's kind of how we are at the Black Chamber of Commerce, is that our emphasis is, and not to say that the Hispanic or the Latino groups don't understand the plight of the Black group. It's basically it's almost the same plight, really, as we navigate through how to maintain, how to grow your business, and how to be able to do business with other groups, or how to do business with mainstream America. Now, do you get the same question that I get on a regular basis? And You and I, you have to figure out how to say this without being racist. Okay. You got the Black Chamber of Commerce, you got the African American Chamber of Commerce, you got the West this, and you got this, and you got the Latino, you got the Hispanic, you got all of these different group titles, so to speak. And mainstream America, or the Anglo-Saxons of business or corporate, let's say corporate America, gets confused. And there's a thin line between saying, I don't know if I should say Black Chamber, or I don't know if I should say African American Chamber. I don't know if I should say Latino or Hispanic, or or what. Do you get those kinds of questions, and how do you handle them? Because and I'm bringing this around because we're going to talk about just briefly about this situation in the Los Angeles market, which have people of a mindset that don't know how to play well together. So do you get those kinds of questions about, well, what does this mean? What does that mean?
The question I get asked the most is, why do we need a Hispanic or a Latino Chamber of Commerce? And I respond, that's exactly why. Because you don't understand. Our minorities are always playing catch up in everything, in the housing market, in business, whatever it is. We are always playing catch up because it hasn't been a level playing field. And we, as organizations, that's what that's what our main focus is, in making sure that we have a level playing field. Now, I believe that the reason that maybe they have challenges in saying that, or they don't know, is their concern of saying something wrong, or not understanding exactly how those communities or ethnicities work, or their mindset. And I'll tell them, you know what? Like my brother Rich, the Black Chamber of Commerce, African American Chamber of Commerce, a Latino Chamber of Commerce. I throw everything at you because first and foremost, you are a business organization. And that's what I say. When you advocate for small businesses, Rich, and regulation and public policy, not only at the state, local, but federal level, the rules and regulations that are passed, or the laws that are passed, does not exclude or just include certain ethnicities on businesses. When there's a regulation that is passed that negatively affects small businesses, it affects us all. So that's what I said. First and foremost, we are a small business organization, emphasis on the Latino community. But yes, I've seen that question has been asked many, many times. And I believe that our organizations have to show them why and what does that mean. And I believe that they need to understand that our communities have their own challenges. Our cultures are are different, not much, like you said. In fact, the challenges, and you and I have had this conversation for over 15 years.
Yeah.
That we need to be the example for a lot of folks. That we need to work together. So the thing is, we constantly get those questions.
And us as well. One of the things is that what we try to make people understand, or even corporate America, that we're not in competition. The dollars that we seek, the dollars that you seek, those dollars are actually separated at a corporate level. Okay, this is how much we're going to give the Hispanics. This is how much we're going to give the Black people. This is how much we're going to give these people. Those decisions are really already made.
Yeah.
And now we get into this pool, and some people think that we are jerking or challenging each other to get benefits from one of the major corporations, one of the banks, Wells Fargo or Bank of America, or any particular thing. And we're not. And we're not allowing companies, Edison Gas Company, any of these companies, to dangle a dollar amount up and have us jump for it. We're not doing those kinds of things. We're actually working together, and when we're approaching companies about supporting small businesses, we're doing this on one accord. we're doing this. Rich Wallace and Frank Montez, which is the Black Chamber of Commerce and the Hispanic organization, we're standing at the door together, and we're doing things that are going to bring these things in. Now, when we talk about politics in business, I know, oh, keep the politics out. You can't. It's part of the business. It's part of the numbers that we need to get. And when you stack a city council with one nationality or one vision, let's say, then that vision that the city council, whatever city, any city USA, is focused on is on one accord and going through that direction on one topic or one vision, which is why city councils need to be diversified.
Yes.
So we don't have a lot of young black people running for public office. And we can see that in the things that are coming out of public offices. So, and sometimes people really don't intend to be racist. They don't intend to be inclusive. But when I get with my homeboys, we just homeboys, and we together, and we not just being black, because I got some homeboys in that tight 5 or 6 group that are Hispanic, So, but we are homeboys. So when you get with your homies in city council and other things, and you're focused on just that, if you don't have another voice and say, hey, what about this group over here? Or what about this zone? Most city council people are really only interested in their district or their area that they cover as a city councilman. This is my zone, my district, or whatever they're calling them in the different areas. And they're really pushing their district that they get the most, that their people that elected them get the most. But what people don't understand, your district can't win if the city doesn't win. So all of the districts and all of the council people that are fighting for the people in their area and trying to make sure we get stop signs and bumps in the streets and all of these different things for the west side, east side, north side, I want my side to get all the benefit, but it doesn't work if the city doesn't win. So we don't win if you don't win. So that's why the Hispanic group, Chambers of Commerce, and the Black Chamber of Commerce are doing some things that are going to shock the world and joining together. And this Friday, we're going to be doing something, and I'm going to let Frank tell you about this Friday that, well, we probably shouldn't even mention it because they can't get in.
Yeah, they can't get in.
So we're just really dangling this in front of you, because if you're not already registered, you can't get in. And we're at an airport, which is usually a pretty big space. So Frank, give us a little bit about what's going to happen this Friday.
So this Friday, we are having a bird's eye view of our programs that are coming the next year. We have programs in procurement, diversity and inclusion, financial literacy, housing, and even in the arts and entertainment, where our minorities have what their opportunities are in front and behind the screen, because our independent filmmakers, the production companies, a lot of them are independent and they are small businesses. It is a segment of the community that has been left out. And I've been a small business advocate for as long as I can recall, and I didn't think of Hollywood in that manner. So we're continuously being educated. So this event was to highlight our organization, introduce the community and the corporates and the electeds to who we are. And who we are is a mixture of our community. It is when you are driving down the street, or you drop off your children at school, or you go shopping at every store, you see a rainbow of colors. And that's what the organization is. So as yourself, your organization is going to be there. The Asians, the Filipinos, just the whole mixture of organizations. So what we are doing is we have panels to talk about the future tech, hydrogen, what infrastructure projects are coming in, the challenges with the water, the drought, workforce development, how to get federal contracts, how to get certified to be able to do businesses with, not to be able to do businesses with these companies, but there's a set aside that they call it for minority, small business, disabled veterans, LGBT communities. So we are educating our small business community on how to achieve that. But our emphasis is we are celebrating Latino Heritage Month, the closing of it at the last day for Latino Heritage Month or Hispanic Heritage Month, whichever way you want to say it. I say it both ways. I twist it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And we are celebrating our culture, but we are also celebrating the diversity in our community, the diversity in our small businesses and our organizations. And we are having it at San Bernardino Airport. The reason that we are having it there is one of our advisory members, Helen Tran, which will be our next mayor, the city of San Bernardino, asked us to do it there to highlight the city because the challenges that the city has had in the past many years, and the city has lost a lot of small businesses, not just San Bernardino, but all the cities because the challenges of COVID. A lot of them had to went to home-based small businesses. They had to pivot because of just the circumstances. So what we are doing is we want to make sure that we bring some of those home-based businesses, help them grow. If they want to stay home-based, great. We will still be assisting them, but bringing them back to the brick and mortar. So that's the reason we are having this conference, but also, and you and I have had this conversation, that we need to prepare our small businesses for the jobs of the future. Not just look at tomorrow or the next year, 3 years from now, what's coming 10 years, what's coming 20 years, because they need to start thinking that way. We need our small businesses to understand that we are in California. The green technology is coming. Our small businesses have swam against the current for many years because of regulation. You tell many of our small businesses, regulation, green energy, and we because it's not that we don't want it. It just means more regulation. And regulation to small businesses are challenging because it's difficult for us to keep up with these changes, regulatory things like that. So what we're doing is trying to assist them now, and preparing them, and preparing for jobs of the future. So we are bringing panelists from energy companies, water companies, San Manuel Band of Mission Indians, because they have infrastructure projects coming, and also to tell our community, our small businesses, this is what we see coming down the pipeline. And that way we can help them prepare for those jobs and opportunities, and also the future workforce. What does the workforce look like in 10 years? What type of vocational training do our high schools and also our community colleges need to install in those educational in the educational system? We need to work together with them, because not everybody is built to go to university, Rich. Not everyone, I wasn't. I didn't go to college. I didn't go to university because I've been working since I was 12. I would go with my father on the weekend and work and hustle. And because I wanted those dollars. Right. It was tough to get those dollars when I was young, because I would start with the broom and I would say, "Can I have some money?" He said, "No. I pay the rent. I pay I feed you, do that." But that's what this event is about. But again, we are celebrating our small business communities. That's why the organization is called Hispanic Coalition of Small Businesses, because we do have emphasis in the Latino community, like I said. But first and foremost, we are a small business organization.
And one of the things about a small business, and even in the small business organization arena, it's necessary to know how to navigate when it comes to working with all of the different types of small businesses that are out there. Uh, and as we tell our small business people, yeah, we want you to be able to work with mainstream, but we want you to be able to work together.
Yeah.
The Hispanic community, and people don't realize that it's just like the Black community. Y'all say the same thing to each other that we say to each other. Is that, sometimes, what, I'm just not going to do business with Black folks no more, because they this, they that, whatever. And that comes from Black people, So I know that the Hispanics have the same situation because you and I talk all the time, So as businesses try to figure out a way to recycle their dollar. We say in the Black community, a dollar only stays in our community for 4 days, and then it leaves and it goes to a whole nother community, and it doubles when it gets someplace else and triples. So we're trying to figure a way to make sure that it circles enough times to be able to grow before it leaves. And it must leave. It can't stay here. It's got to go out so it can make some more money and bring some money in. So as we continue to do that in the Black community, in the African American community, in the Asian community, in the LGBTQ community, all of these communities still have to figure a way to tie the knot together and to be able to focus on, our main focus is Black businesses. Your main focus is Hispanic businesses, but together, our main focus is business.
Yes.
So as we grow, when something is going on in the Hispanic community, and I have to tell you guys, Frank will pick up the phone and say, "Hey, this is what we're doing over here, and it's been pretty good, but we're doing it over here. I think you ought to give it a shot over there because I think it might work. And hey, we're doing it in a convention over here." And the convention is coming up on Friday. That's sold out at the San Bernardino International Airport. If you haven't registered, then I'm sorry, you can't come, but try to get in anyway, Come out there, try, Frank's got some people at the door. They kind of weaker than these. They'll look at, hey, come on in,
Sneak them in.
Sneak them in. So or go online. I don't know. Are we live streaming any of it, Frank? Do you know?
We will have a lot of people doing it on their phones, but this event was supposed to be a small, intimate event with all of us, our affiliates, and swearing in, introducing the community to all our affiliates, which are 16 of them, and it kept just growing. Folks would say, "Add this component, add that component." So it was supposed to be about 100 folks, 125. Tops, but we're at 300 plus, and we have a waiting list of about 60.
Yeah,
60. So no, we will not be able to live stream this one, but the ones that are coming next year, and they're going to be throughout Southern California, those will all be live streamed.
Okay.
So like I said, this is just the introduction, and at the event we will be letting everybody know when our next summits, because we have a number of summits planned.
Okay, so as we move forward into this last quarter of the year, corporations are making decisions on what they're going to do next year. We have a major MLK parade in the San Bernardino area coming up in January. Black History Month is going to be coming around. Frank and I will be doing some stuff together during that time. As we try to finish out this last quarter, we want to finish it with a bang. Yes. So for the small businesses that are still reaching to try to get that, a lot of corporations still have money on the table. So we can still come to them. They've got money. They got to spend that money before December 31st. And as a small business, you should be in front of them. If you're not in front of them, we want you to join one of these coalitions. Frank, tell us, is your organization membership driven? Does it cost to drive to join? What is that?
To be a member of the Hispanic Coalition of Small Businesses, you have to be a Chamber of Commerce or a business organization. Okay. We don't have general membership because our job is to enhance our chambers, not to take away from them. You know, you do a better job of understanding your community because we are focused on a larger picture. We are focused on bringing opportunities, like I said, enhancing our business organizations. We don't compete with our members because that's not what we're about. We're here to enhance and help them. So if we have mixers, if we have these things, all we're doing is taking away from our local chambers or business organizations or affiliates. So no, we don't.
Okay.
The members are chambers of commerce and our business association. You are, our bosses. You tell us what you need and what you'd like to see, and that's where we work on those programs. Is listening to our business organization and affiliate chambers. What are their challenges, and we try to bring those resources and those trainings to them.
That's a very interesting concept. That's good, and people need to know that, because what people say, oh man, here comes another organization that I got to join, and they're saying the same thing this other organization is saying, and everybody gonna help me, but ain't nobody helping me. And sometimes when new members come into the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce, I try to give them an expectation of what we're going to do. Because sometimes people think you're going to come in and you're going to give them all of this. No. This is your business. I'm not going to hold your hand. I'm going to direct you and guide you, because what we have done is that we belong to Cal Chambers, which is a California state organization of all of the chambers, and we belong to the Coalition of Hispanic Chambers, and we belong to this and that, because we're trying to get the information in the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce. I always started to say we're an information resource center. We're trying to get information to you, and then we're trying to get a way for you, once you get the information, how do you engage it? Because information is knowledge, but knowledge is no good if you don't engage it. I have a pastor friend of mine say the smartest person in the neighborhood is Ned the Wino. And he got a lot of information.
He knows everything.
He ain't doing nothing but trying to get another bottle of Thunderbird.
That's it.
But if you don't step up with the information that you have and then step out on it, that takes guts and people behind you to be able to help you step up. The coalition that you're building with all of the groups in going to bring things like the speakers that you have coming up on Friday, and the different things that are going to be happening just this week. We had a mixer in Palm Springs last night. We talked about it. I'm in Culver City tonight. The next night I'm in Long Beach, and then Friday we're in San Bernardino. So we're spreading this wealth, this word, this opportunity, but it does no good if you don't engage. If you don't, I have a swimming pool and I have not been in it in 2 years, So if I don't get in the water, I don't get wet,
I love that. I love that analogy.
You have to be able to engage and to jump in. And that's where we have a lot of small businesses. They're standing on the edge. They look over the cliff and they see that's a long way down. But you have to look up and say, hey, it's a shorter route to go up because I'm already on the mountain. I'm already on the cliff. But I don't want to jump. I don't have a parachute. And I've heard that in 1 year or 2 years that businesses crash and burn. And I am so afraid of the statistics that come out. 60% of all the new businesses that start the first year fail. Wait, time out. What about the 40% that made it? Let's start talking about the made it people. When you watch the gangster movies, they talk about a made man, in the gangster movies, and they say you can't kill a made man. It's against the rule of the underworld to kill a made guy. So it's against the rule of the business community to kill a made business that is engaged, that have moved forward, that have several groups behind them. Because if you're in financial trouble with your business, or you're in business trouble with your business, you can pick up the phone and call the Coalition of Hispanics, the Black Chamber of Commerce. We're not going to give you no money. We're not going to do what the preacher said. I'm going to pray for you and lay hands on you. We're going to send you to a direction so that you can engage and lift yourself up out of what you're having to deal with. And that's what I love about groups joining together and being a partnership, is that two heads are better than one. If I can't come up with something, and Frank's really, really good about calling and saying, hey, he's way better than I am. Said, hey, man, what about this? And what about that? And I'm like, that's a good idea, Frank. Let me marinate on that for a minute and give you a call back. And we're always available to each other, always available to other groups. So as communities get catchphrases, bad catchphrases from council people or city people or these folks or whatever it is, that's a bad phrase. That doesn't necessarily mean that person's heart is where their mouth was.
Yeah.
Sometimes it spills out. I've been told on numerous occasions, count to 10 before you say it. So it at least 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe I shouldn't say that. Because what sometimes that buries in your mind is anger about the Asian guy that cut you off on the freeway. So now you're going to start this off. Well, wait a minute. That's got nothing to do with this. Or the Hispanic guy, or you're standing in line and you go to a restaurant and it's full of Hispanic people. Well, praise God for the restaurant guy. He's getting some business, and if you bring your friends and family in here, he'll get more business. Know those people that are in the restaurant. Sometimes I just get up and go walk around the table. Hey, my name is Rich. I'm with the Black Chamber of Commerce. How you doing? I just wanted to say hello and move on. I'm not asking for nothing. I just want you to know. So, and it's kind of like people say, well, Rich knows everybody. Frank knows everybody. Talk to Frank Montez. He knows everybody. I'm going to tell y'all right now, I'm going to say it on live. Frank don't know nobody. People know Frank. And that's what happens, is that people know who Frank is, and they know what he does, and they know his integrity, and know what he stands on, and they say, go see him. And he'll go, well, who sent you here? And so-and-so sent me from this place and that place. And they go, do I know them?
Yeah, true.
No, they know you because you leave a trail. You leave a good trail. And as we start leaving these trails and people start following us, it's a very good thing. One of the best lines in almost every movie that you see, follow that cab. Follow that cab, follow that leader that is taking you to the next direction that you're going to go to. Frank, we're going to take a real short break, and I'm going to come back and talk to you about electric cars.
Oh.
So they tell me I got to wash my dishes at night, but they want me to buy an electric car. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Are you ready to change your life? Let us help you. At Youth Build Charter School, you can get a high school diploma and kickstart your dream career in no time. We offer high school diploma programs in construction, CNA, military, college, and entrepreneurship. If you are between the age of 16 and 24 and you want to manage your studies with a job, recover your credits, or graduate early, we can help you achieve your dream. Call us at 1-888-395-4408 or visit youthbuildinlandempire.org.
And we're back. This is Strictly Business. My name is Rich Wallace, and I got this great guest friend of mine, Mr. Frank Montez from the Hispanic Coalition online. And we've been talking about joining together and working together and putting some things in perspective. We have an event at the International San Bernardino International Airport on Friday. That's the 14th.
Yes,
and it's an all-day event.
Yes.
So if you can't get in at 9 or 10 and I told you it was full, come back at 1 and 2 and see what happens, So don't give up because I told you it was full, So be a part of what's going on. And if you can't get in, come leave your name at the counter and we'll make sure that you get on the next list that's coming out. This is Rich Wallace. This is Strictly Business. And I've got Frank Montez from the Hispanic Coalition that we're going to talk about electric cars.
Rich, before you go there, I want to touch a little bit on what you said before the commercial.
Mm.
When you said that we can only we can lead you to water, but we can't make you drink. We give you the tools, and it's up to you to use those tools. And I use the analogy like if you join a gym, but you don't go.
Oh, I did that one time.
I'm a member of 3 gyms. I have the cards, but yet the body doesn't follow suit. So yes, we can provide the tools, but you have to do your part. So our small businesses and even our community. The other thing is the work of the chambers of commerce or our organizations is mostly done behind the scene on advocacy. Engaging with the decision makers, engaging with our elected officials, and giving input on public policy. So a lot of our members don't see that. So I want the viewers to understand that they might think that we don't advocate for them, but most of that is done behind the scenes where they don't see it. The other thing, when you were saying about looking over the cliff, a lot of our small businesses have went over that edge. You will fail many, many times, but you have to keep pushing forward. You don't open up a business and it's automatic. There's a lot of sweat and tears, and there's going to be a lot of tears constantly. But yes, just because you fail once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, you can't give up, because then our entrepreneurs are strong. They're going to continue moving. So what I want to say is, don't give up. You're going to go over that cliff. Not all, but most will. The thing is, do not give up. I didn't want to say that.
And that is so true. And as you say, you will fail. I say you will learn lessons. You will learn so many lessons. And it's kind of like when you have a small kid and they fall or they touch fire, they won't do that again.
True.
What's that mean? You're not going to do that again. So when you fill out an order and you think you've ordered cabbage and you get lettuce, you'll make sure that you spelled it the right way next time.
That's right.
But you'll work yourself out of that. You work yourself through a situation so that you can learn, because the training and the learning is in the failure, is in the situation. That's where it is. When you're on the cliff, you jump down all the way down until you hit rock bottom. You've learned that there are branches along the way. You should have jumped over here, over there. So if you survive, and survival is the key. Yeah. If you survive the crash, you will do well. Now, Frank and I will be back another time. We've got a couple of minutes left. I do want to talk about, because you're in the automotive business. You don't sell cars. You take care of the body of the cars. But and I'm looking and I'm swaying about a new car, but I'm not into electric. I've got friends with them. They're quiet. They run smooth, but they still got to plug them up. And my Edison company says I got to wash my dishes at night. So, and I've been in 2, what they call them, roving blackouts, where they just turn your power off at will, and if I had an electric car and they turned my power off for 3 hours and I was planning on charging my car, that frightens me. So are you on the electric car team yet? How is that?
Our company ordered 2 of the F-150 Lightnings. We haven't received them yet. Because we want to do our part. We want to start moving in that direction, because we are in California. It's coming. Like you said, plugging all our cars in, if 40 or 50% of the community had electric cars, the system would fail. That's well known. The thing is, our community has changed. Years ago, 50s, folks would go home at 5, 6 o'clock, business was shut down. Not anymore. We're a 24/7, global thing. Business is constantly. So we have to look at that. But yes, electric cars are coming. A lot of our minority communities don't have them, nor can they afford them. Nor do they have the plugins at their homes, and there's not enough charging stations. So we need to advocate for our communities, advocate for grants and things like that for minority communities to be able to afford them.
And one of the things that the utility companies are coming out with are more plugs to be plugged into certain neighborhoods. But if you're in Los Angeles, no one wants your car sitting in front of their shop for 45 minutes plugged up. Parking is a nightmare. Pasadena, Los Angeles, the Inland Empire is still, parking free in most places. But I was at Cedars-Sinai the other day, hospital, and you had to pay for parking. They had meters there. The time frame. I mean, it was up to $4.25 for an hour, and I'm like, man, this is. I'm at the hospital, but I'm used to Inland Empire hospitals where they got tons of parking. So
that's going to change, though.
Yeah, it's going to change. So. This is Strictly Business. It's 8:00. I've had such a great time here with my good friend, Frank Montez. We must get off the air because I'm getting flash lines saying, hey, go, 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 go. This is
we can talk forever.
I know we could talk forever. And if you would listen forever, we would still be talking. But this is Strictly Business. We will see you tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Thank you so much for being a part of us. And good day. Make it a good day, no matter what day it is. If you're here, you're listening, you're talking, that makes it a good day. We'll talk to you later.